Hi everyone, I'm the Gnome and welcome to The Walking Dead, in which we're going to continue our review of the new Walking Dead series, Series 3. Currently showing on FX on Friday at 10 o'clock, just in case you didn't already know. And wow, what an awesome episode the last one was. We had our weird triumvirate of Michonne, Carl, was it Carl? And Rick going off to search for guns, and they decided to go to Rick's old hometown to see the guns that he kept locked up in the police station. Are they still there? They stumble across two survivors with completely different results, and we get some actual character development from some of the characters. So the opening part before the credits was pretty amazing. We get to see them driving by some guy with some backpack alone in the woods, and just ignore him. Just tootle by like da 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 da, who cares? It does highlight how harsh and cold the characters are being, and how insular that they're only caring about themselves. Will that kind of have some repercussions later on in the series? I hope so, because it does seem as though those characters are starting to lose their humanity. Also, before the credits, we get to see them stuck in the car, surrounded by zombies, and casually just blow them away. It really emphasised that they're not that bothered about the zombies anymore. What, it's been a year and a half in the zombie outbreak, and once there's only a few zombies, they don't give a fuck. He's more concerned about the hearing for his son by telling him to cover his ears as he blew them away with his pistol. So really good couple of scenes before the credits. Then going further outside of the credits, they do turn up to Rick's hometown, and tragically all the guns that were locked under lock and key at the police station are gone. But where are they? We very soon find out. We get to bump into Lenny James's character, who you may remember from the very first episode of Series 1, who Shazammed Rick in the face with a shovel, but then nursed him back to health and told him about the zombie outbreak. He who could not shoot his wife, who kept creeping about. He had apparently turned mental. He'd also turned a bit Kevin McAllister, booby-trapping a part of the street with skateboards, micro machines, and buckets of paint on string, although some of them might actually have been home alone. We get to see them interact. First of all, as is the want of the series, through gunpoint, and we get to see a little bit of badassness from Carl, who shoots the guy in the stomach, but it turns out he had bulletproof armor on. Lenny James's character then comes to, and it turns out he's batshit crazy. He's scratched on the walls, loads of weird things, like proper weird things. On these booby traps, there's apologies written on, almost like he knows that's going to kill humans rather than actually zombies themselves. Rick and Lenny James have a bit of a scuffle. Rick gets stabbed again. Doesn't get shot though, so that's good. And then they decide to have a talk. Whilst this is going on, Michonne and Carl decide to sneak off, as Carl wants to rescue a picture of him, his dad and his mother for baby Judith. Really actually quite sweet. They sneak into a little bar, get it out, get the picture, and then all hell breaks loose. And in a lovely scene, Michonne goes back in, rescues the picture. We don't get to see how, but it's pretty awesome. Just the fact that she does. And then she also rescues a kind of bit of art. And believe it or not, some character development for Michonne for probably the very first time. Yes, not a huge amount. She likes weird cat art, but then again, what woman doesn't? So rather than just being the aggressive, angry, sword-wielding maniac Michonne, she's got a little bit of character development, and it's about bloody time too. Everyone else gets their arc, and all the actors have to do is stand around looking mean. So really happy for both the series and the actress that finally got some character development. Back at with Lenny James and Rick, because I've completely forgot what Lenny James' character is called. Morgan, it's Morgan, isn't it? They have a lovely discussion to say Rick's basically a prick, which is what we've learned all the series, really, from the very start, well, from the end of Series 2, where he announces the dictatorship, and throughout this, he's been a prick through the entire way through, and Morgan calls him up on it. Calls him on saying the people are going to die because of Rick, and rightly questions if the prison is such a wonderful place, how can we stocking up on all these weapons? The bit that made me query is maybe the prison isn't so great. Morgan has been living on his own in this street through a mix of booby traps and guns. Why not do the same? Why not take a separate house in the street? Leave the prison, because Rick, Michonne and Carl seem to leave the prison alright. There's no guards actually guarding it from Woodbury. And just move somewhere else. They seem to drive there in a day, maybe. We wouldn't see them stop or sleeping. And they could check up with Morgan in his booby trap place, expand it, and basically build a new Woodbury. The governor isn't going to be able to trace them all the way back to Rick's hometown. And they could just start a life anew. So that seemed a little bit weird where he's so insistent on going back to a lovely cold concrete prison that's got zombies wandering around at the beginning and a big hole in the back. Yeah, that's a lovely, lovely place. All in all, a really good episode. We've got action, we've got character development, we've got zombie kills. We don't get to see some of the more hilarious of the booby traps. There's a lovely hole of spikes beneath the welcome mat, and then a tripwire with a huge axe, which would have been hilarious had somebody actually wanted that. We don't get to see those, but we do get to see lots of shooting and stabbings. And really, it's a really, really good episode. They haven't been great since the break, but this one was fantastic. I try my best to not catch the hints or the teaser trailers for the forthcoming episodes. I like to try and go in there as blind as possible. But had to see that, did get to see that the governor and Rick have a face-to-face meeting. Can they see eye to eyes? We'll soon find out. So thank you very much everyone watching, blah blah blah, as usual. This has been another episode of The Walking Said. Tell me if you liked the episode, what did you like, what didn't you like. Yes, there's no Merle, and haven't managed to fawn all over David Morrissey this episode, but hopefully that should be redeemed next episode. Just overall a fantastic episode, and one which hopefully the rest of the series will continue to provide. So thank you very much everyone, cheers for watching, good night.